if he was making it ready for when Thailand and the Philippines ventured up, they had a stepping stone to Hawaii, and then they developed Hawaii, and then all the others started coming in from the Orient more. So Hawaii, the 50th star, the last star,
He's talking about the Philippines.
the last star on the
What
United
about-
States flag is Hawaii. Bam.
Right.
And Pearl Harbor happened there. And 50 in Hebrew means Yovel. Everything returns back to its original owner. That's how, it's 50th year. So Hawaii on the banner of the United States of America, which is actually more like a United Nations, because it really has no value.
Which
It's- Well, in the United States of America, it's like it's tremendously in debt. It doesn't really have any significance in and of itself, but as United Nations, it's used as a.
So do you believe
It's like a
that
handmaiden directly to
do you
Israel.
believe it's the modern day Babylon?
No, I mean sure. There are certain points, like when the Twin
Mystery.
Towers went down. There was Cleopatra's. She had two obelisks called Cleopatra's Needles. They were like, when they were positioned back in Mitzrayim was how you,
Egypt.
Egypt. And her and Mark Antony, it's all tied into the Catholic Church and the Roman Empire. She was very powerful. So at one point, and now, her two obelisks, one went up to London, one went over to New York. And I noticed a lot of like old Egyptian energy that the church was pulling, and they were like trying to, and then that's when the Twin Towers came down, which was supposed to represent worldwide trade.
So where is America in the Bible?
America's, it's encoded in the Bible, like George Bush,
Obama.
but it
But
doesn't
isn't
really.
it kind of like a replica of Israel?
No, it's just a handmaiden to Israel owns.
Right. America.
I
Everything.
mean,
Jerusalem.
it's so in debt. It's just actually like a playground where many nations can learn to work together. But
Amen.
Jesus Christ, they have to render an accountability
Of course,
to Jesus
of
Christ. 52 out of the 55 founding fathers were outspoken evangelical Christians, Judeo-Christians.
No, I'm just looking at it like spiritually. Like it's almost like everything that happened to Israel is happening to America. Like how they were chosen and how they're disobeying and how they're being punished. It's kind of like paralleling. Like every time I read what God did to
Genetics.
Israel, it's like I'm seeing it the same thing. in
What's happened
America.
before will happen again.
I know.
It has its. First of all, there were no inhabitants over here until Russia crossed over the top. They had an outcast tribe. I can't just throw this out here like this. You can't. But okay, now, and because I worked with the Ethiopians when I went over to Israel, they had just turned 60. The state of Israel, 60. Have you ever seen the Mercedes, the German car?
Yeah.
The symbol.
Yeah.
It's like a circle.
Almost like
And
a
then-
piece.
But if you look at it real quick, it's a square, like a cube,
Really.
three-dimensional. A square.
Yeah, it is like a corner.
That's probably JD.
No, I think it's my phone.
Okay, but Jeanette. First of all, the Garden of Eden, Euphrates, Tigris, the four rivers that feed into one.
Kishon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever seen the Persian Gulf? I mean, pictures or anything? It looks like huge, it's like, but that's where those rivers converge. And the Persian Gulf was actually it was a narrow river. But then there was melting, and then there was a massive, like, grooving out of the land. So that was Mesopotamia. You would think, oh, Garden of Eden's over in Israel. It's like,
I know.
Okay, but anyway, then take this into consideration. All the different scientists on the planet went on their own research, and then they said, we'll come together and try to collaborate what we came up with and see how similar it was. And they'll put a little bit on the table, and okay, what'd you get? Okay, they'll put a little on the table. Oh, that's fascinating. Okay, we'll want to put a little more on the table. And it all basically came out basically the same. All genetic encoding came from Eastern Ethiopia. There's an obscure tribe over there called the San Bushmen. And they have all the genetic encoding of everyone on the freaking planet. And there's no other tribe like that anywhere. It's like, okay, so it all came out from Africa? It's like, well, at the same time, God was doing the Adam and Eve thing. And then he was going to have that, he was going to like download divine DNA through them, but then they fell because, so they just bled into it all. But divine DNA was, he goes, still through your offspring will come the Messiah.